Hello guys, right, it's Sunday and I've just got back from doing my chores, and while I was out I was thinking about an interesting video to make, and it's this one. So and then I've opened this chart just randomly and I noticed a really unusual looking 3-candle reversal, which might help understand why we have to wait for pullbacks to happen. Because here's a great example. You've got your penultimate candle on the downside, then you've got your ultimate low. You failed to break the low of that. We've closed above the penultimate candle, so this is candle 1, 2 and 3. So you know, you'd be looking for longs at this point here with this green candle, and what we need to do is drop down the time frames and watch as the price reverses and wait for it to pull back. It mustn't reverse against itself. If it does, categorically it must do this format in the opposite direction. So the best way to go down would be to start something like the 5-minute chart. You can go on the 1 minute if you're on a 30 or a 15-minute 3-candle reversal, but we're on the hourly. So let's just go down to the 5-minute and watch what happens as that price pulls back. Now I haven't looked at this before, so this is totally off the bat, as it were. So that was the close up here somewhere, and then we've had a pullback prior to the end of the hour. Then we've pushed up again, but this was our 3-candle reversal here, and then interestingly we have pulled straight back after the 3-candle reversal on the H1. Remember, we drew the vertical on the new candle after the 3-candle reversal. So just to double check that, the 3-candle reversals happened at the end of that bar there, the green bar. New bar forms, drop down to the 5-minute to watch what happens. So we would have to be on the right hand side of that vertical there, which we are, of course. It's already reversed straight against itself on the 5-minute, so categorically before we can consider entering, we have got to reverse back on the 5-minute, which would be here, that red candle. In fact, yeah, that red candle, oddly enough, that gapped up. That's strange. But so it would be that red candle that was the reversal candle. But what we also must do is check that we didn't go into a downward 3-candle reversal on the 15-minute, because that's always important. So here's the 15-minute, and we did actually reverse on the 15-minute. That's the penultimate, that's the ultimate. These are two inside bars. I'm talking about the highs now. This one came down and closed below the low of that green bar there, so it is out of alignment with our potential up move. Okay, so at this stage, if we're still wanting to go long, we have to categorically have a 15-minute reversal to the long side. So I hope you're following me. If you're not, you'll have to pause this, go back and listen again. So this is now our reversed bar. We closed below the green, which is the low of the penultimate bar on the 15-minute to the downside now. Okay, and now what we categorically must do is have a reversal to the long side, and that's the penultimate low now. That's the ultimate low. If this low gets broken, we then have to find a new penultimate, so we have to carefully watch all these. The low of this one is 718, and the low of this one, it looks lower to me, is 7168, 7180. So this is lower. So we now have to revise our penultimate low, which is this one, and that one. That's the penultimate, that's the ultimate. I'm talking about that little green candle, but we can't use that candle, because if we did, we'd be reversing into all this resistance here. So really we need to treat this red candle as our reversal high. So let's put that there. If this is complicated, you'll have to watch it a few times. So now at this point we're trying to reverse back on the 15-minute, remember. So the actual reversal candle to the long side is this one. Okay, so that is how you are kept out of getting long too early, because you're using the lower time frames. And if you haven't caught on, this is the absolute correct way to watch your 3 candle reversals and use the lower time frame for entries. Remember, this was an H1 long reversal, so we've now got our vertical line in the correct place for the long trade to take place. If we go back to H1, we can orientate ourselves a little better. So that was the original 3 candle reversal to the long side. It pulled straight back on itself, so it cancelled out the long trade. We then had to wait for the M15 to reverse to the long side. If this H1 had reversed down, which it didn't, and closed down below the green there, we would have had to have waited for an H1 reversal. Well, as it happens, it looks like an H1 reversal happened. It did, because if you look at your 3 candle reversal now, it's there's the penultimate, that red candle. The second red candle is the ultimate low, and then our candle 3 is not the third candle to the right, it is the third candle, meaning the one that breaks the high of number 1. So hopefully that's clarified another grey area or question mark. So, but we didn't have to close on the hourly, but we did need to reverse back into alignment on the 15-minute, which is what I just described to you there, that candle there. And then once again we have to watch the pullback so that we don't get faked into the move, into a long move when it's going to come back against itself. So we watch the 5-minute. Initially we watch the 1 minute, but we watch the 5-minute as well. Wait for the pullback, make sure it doesn't reverse on itself, and we can see the 3 candles that we need to worry about, or the 2, and then the reversal level. The low of that candle there is our M5 reversal level, which is 7516. So if this closed below, or the open rather, was below 7516, 7515, it did actually reverse on itself. We count an open as a break of the low. 7516, double check that, the low. This actually gapped down because the red didn't close below, and reversed against itself to the downside. So we now need a reversal to the upside, which is this candle here, that green candle there. That's the penultimate low, that's the ultimate low. This one wants to break above both of those candles in order that we don't trade into a resistance level. It did do that. That is the reversal to the long side, which counteracts the reversal to the downside on that 5-minute. There it is there. And you'll notice the next candle, in fact that candle there did actually do the bust and the break and close. If we look at that, sorry I didn't leave that line. So that was not only the 3 candle reversal to the long side, it was also the break and close to the long side. We're in alignment now. Just double check the levels there. 21666, and this one is 235114. Double check them both again to be sure. 21666. Actually that's reading something different there. 21666, that's precisely why you have to do that, with a 2 on the end. And this is 23 something, wasn't it? 235114. Treble check that. Now that, you still should technically wait for the 1 minute to do its stuff. Make sure it doesn't pull back on itself. It did actually reverse on itself there. That is the correct way to do it. Then you want to wait for another reversal on the 1 minute. Once again, there's the correct pull up. That was the reversal to the long side, and then you are totally in alignment on every time frame. And the RSI even did a 1 minute break and close for us as well. Bust up, and you can clearly see break and close along with the 2 green candles there. So enter anywhere there and you were good to go to the long side. So let's say that's the entry with including the spread of about 1.5 pips. That's the weekend spread over there. So 15 pip stop loss, and then price continues to go up nicely. So what was the potential of a 27 pip move? So that is how you should correctly use 3 candle reversals and the RSI hist alert, and that was a very, very tricky example to look at. And if it looks overcomplicated, guys, I apologize, but that's the way the method is. You don't have to follow these rules to the T, of course. You can improvise, you can just use the RSI, you can use the 3 candle reversals and let the stops and the take profits cover your entries, as it were, and your movement. But the whole point of this was to explain a very, very unusual situation, but a very important one, and the reason behind always watching what you're doing in terms of pullbacks. So hopefully you should be able to watch and rewatch this and get a handle on what you should be doing to trade these 3 candle reversals absolutely correctly. Okay, thanks for watching, have a good day.